What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Mayhem Show, episode 39 of the Mayhem Show with Mark May and your co-host, Lewis Perry. Speaking of Lewis Perry, welcome to the show, Lewis Perry. How we doing tonight, brother?
Hey, what's going on? I didn't even know I was sharing. Doing my job.
I just wanted to bring you on and do a quick preview of Mr. Lewis Perry real quick. I'm going to take him back off for just a second. Guys, I hope you're doing great tonight. Mark May here in the house. I want to talk a little bit about being banned from Facebook for the past 10 days, and we got 20 more. So I just want you guys to know we are running a Kickstarter right now, and this is the only time I get to talk about it. It's on the show. So if you're out there, if you're listening right now, please go check out the Kickstarter for the trade paperback for the first 5 issues that we put out in the past year. For Hellbringers. That would be awesome, guys. I am going to bring Mr. Lewis Perry back on, ladies and gentlemen. Lewis, what's up, my man?
I'm not even ready.
I know you're not.
I'm happy today.
Dude, I'm happy to see you, and I'm happy that this is the third time we've had Tom Hutchison on the show, and this is the first time that you've actually been on, that we've been able to get him on. So I think that's really cool. That we're going to be able to talk to him.
This will be the second. I was on with him before.
Absolutely. Take your time. We're going to run the Valak file real quick. Show a little preview of the book we have coming from a lot of our amazing Hawaiian friends, and a book about somebody that is actually Hawaiian. So let's show that off real quick. The Valak preview. All right, so Valak, Road to Revenge starts in December. I'm pretty excited about that. It's going to be great. I will not be banned for that one. I am not saying anything else on Facebook for the rest of the year until I don't have any Kickstarter going on. Not at all. So amazing that we're going to be able to get that out and work with some amazing people that I've already worked with. I love those cats. It's going to be a great time. Lewis, you were looking great tonight, brother. I just got to tell you, just for a second, check these sunglasses out.
Yeah, this is through the video scope right now. You know what I'm saying right here? Yeah, because Yeah, shivers up and down my spine, loosey goosey, shivers up and down my spine. Still hanging tough. I am the new kid on the block. Yeah. Dig it. Yeah.
Dude, I am so excited to be hanging out with you tonight, man. How you been all week, dude?
Dude, I'm just rocking and rolling. Busy. Had a charity event last week. Had to step up to the plate because only a few people showed up, and had to throw it together a Macho Man cosplay really quick. Was hanging out with the kids. Got a small little event to do to promote Rhode Island Comic Con this weekend. Hanging out with the Banana Splits. That's right, the original Banana Splits. I was hanging out with me and this young lady right here, hanging out with them on Monday night, and got a huge guest on the Angry Geeks coming up this week from a galaxy far, far away, brother. That's right. And yeah, getting busy now hanging with you tonight. How about that? Last night hanging out with Jack Purcell, talking the Squared Circle, talking some AEW and WWE, and now I'm here with you. Tomorrow night's my night off. So yeah, digging it.
Dude, we got to bring on Tom.
I'm a businessman. I'm shaking. I'm moving. I'm popping.
Hell yeah,
I'm everywhere.
Shaking. You are everywhere, brother. You are everywhere.
I am the Intercontinental Podcasting Champion of New England. Yeah.
You are, brother. Absolutely.
Undisputed.
Tom, what's up,
and that
man?
can't be denied.
How's it going, man? How's it going, everybody? What's
It's
up?
good to see you again, dude. That's a sweet backdrop, by the way.
Yeah, there's a new one. I haven't used this one yet. So
Tom, you haven't met Lewis. Tom.
Yes,
Lewis.
we have.
Yeah, we were on a show together a couple of months back.
We have.
Over the summer at some point. Yeah.
Now, Mark,
but it's been
I'm
a
the one
while.
that
It
used
has
to
been
get
a
hit
while.
in the head with a chair. Yeah, it's been some time. But I'm the one that used to get hit in the head with a chair. How can you not remember this?
Here's the thing, like
I think it's because you live out in Colorado and you do a little bit too much of that stuff. I think that's what it is.
It's the air up here, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Uh-huh. You just keep telling yourself that. Uh-huh. Yeah.
So Tom, how's it going tonight, man?
It's good. It's good. You caught me. Normally Wednesdays are not good for me, but I'm doing a little recuperating, taking time off all my live sales shows. So I mean, Jesus, everybody suddenly is like, dude, Tom, come on my show. Yesterday I did a show. You messaged me this morning. Max messaged me. I got other people that are like, dude, come on my show. I'm like, holy crap, where did this come from all of a sudden? Because it's been kind of a dead period for a little while. Outside of all the stuff I did with Jim Noble for the Camp Brad Dog thing. But even our movie show we put on the side because Dave Falk got sick and he hasn't been able to do it. So we didn't want to just carry on without him. So we got to do one of those last week, which was good. He's finally on the mend, and it's been a weird time for live stuff in the last 4 or 5 months. So it's good to get back and do it. And it just happened that tonight, Wednesday, it happened to work out. So glad to hang out.
Dude, I'm glad to have you, man. It's been a while since we've hung out, and you are the repeat offender guest that we've had on here the most. Officially makes you
That's the way I like it. That's the way I like it. All you got to do is tell me if someone's getting close, and I'll come on and do another show, and we'll stay in the lead. That's what I tell all the podcast people. If I'm in the lead, I'm going to stay in the lead.
You are in the lead, my friend, by far. So I think it's cool though, because we finally got Lewis on here with you at the same time. So Lewis can follow up.
We have been before. We have been before.
No.
Because I can even remember the promo I cut because Tom was talking about special foil covers and all kind. Tom, see if you remember this. And I did a promo, something about a real collector wants crap. Let me see if I can remember now.
Oh, see, now he forgot. But yeah, we did a show. We've
been on here 4 times, Tom.
I've been here.
No, this is the second time for me and Tom to be.
Correct.
Why I ought to.
Yeah.
I cut a promo kind of like a real collector wants to hold a book in their hand. Yes.
Does that mean you've
Go
done
back
too
and
many
look at
shows to remember? That's what you have to fall back on. I've done too many shows and I don't remember. That's it. That's all you got to do. It's
Do
like,
you remember
Carol, we're gonna be on the internet.
and I was like, I got to talk to you for a second. I was like, I'm watching the past shows because I've got to remember some stuff on them.
oh yeah, somebody needed to get some giveaways or something.
Yeah. So that right there was like, oh my God, that was one of those moments. So I mean, now I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna watch all the shows just to see what we've said all this entire time because I have forgotten a lot of stuff. I'm working on it, Lewis.
That's what the YouTube is for. All of our shows, I can't even say all of them because not all of them are there, but that's basically what I use YouTube for. It's like an archive so that I can easily go back in and be like, okay, I know that happened. I know that happened. And it's just sitting there. And that way also when I do the movie show and I'm talking to like actors and stuff to come on the show, I can be like, here's a link to, the one we did with Adam Marcus and this, so they can see that I'm not just like sitting over here with Transformers behind me for nothing.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we got the TV station for.
What was that, Lewis?
Mark, I said, that's what we got the TV station for. I just call them guys and say, can you look up this episode and see what we did? Mark, you're just, I don't know. I don't know about you, Mark. I
find your lack of faith disturbing.
I mean, I've barely made it as far as I've made it, how I've made it, and I'm just happy I've made it as far as I have. That's what I always say right there.
Crazy. Absolutely crazy. So, Tom, what do you got going on these days? Why did he drag you on here?
Oh, it's always he dragged me on because I'm awesome. I mean, that's the bottom line. But it's I've always got something going on. Generally speaking, it's Kickstarters, something like that. So tonight, or for the next, I guess 9 days almost, we've got the Legend of Oz Kickstarter running. Already, we had a huge day today. We've already done $1,200 on the campaign today.
Wow.
With still about another 2.5 hours to go before the official Kickstarter day ends. But yeah, we had a really big day today. We're almost at 22,000 with about 10 days left. So we're rolling along. It's a good time.
We're gonna show off one of the pictures that you sent me.
Sure.
Let me pull up the first one here. Everybody knows when we get into the show, I usually start pulling out the pictures from Messenger and plugging them in. So let's plug in the first one, and then I can get you talking about it, and then I'll be able to grab some other ones.
Sure. And I see Trish is here. What's going on, Trish? Anybody that's watching, if you got questions or anything, just feel free to shout them out. Don't wait for us to stop talking. Just put them in the comments, and we'll find you, and we'll try to answer questions as best you can. Whether it's about the campaign, or whether it's just about comics, or whether it's why Soundwave is the best Decepticon, or whatever you need to know. So we've got this one. Actually, you picked the one that might have been the one I just sent you first. We picked the one that's actually sold out. Good old Mike DeBalfo returns to Oz for the first time, I believe, since year one. We had him on a Dorothy cover 10 years ago, maybe 9 years ago, because it would have been issue 4, 9 years ago. A very difficult cover to find. Got him back to do this one. This one's now officially sold out as its own regular tier, but you can still add it on. Like if you're buying another cover, there are still some add-ons of the cover available that you can pop on. Also, it's part of the All Things Oz, where you'll be able to get all the covers together in one big lot. There is still that package available. But as far as just going in and pledging for that one by itself, no, sir. They are gone. And Elias Chetsudis, this is Elias's first ever BDI cover. Super crazy, awesome to have him on this campaign. We actually have 3 first-time BDI people with us, and Elias is the first. Talked to him over the summer, and I was like, yo, can we make something happen? He was like, yeah, let's do it. So we've already got him lined up for stuff for next year, too. So Elias is now officially BDI family, and we're super excited to have him.
Mike says hello, but visiting with our daughter for his birthday.
Oh, yeah. Happy birthday to Mike. Absolutely. You guys enjoy your time.
Happy birthday.
Oh, Mr. Keith Garvey. This was our first add-on that we popped on last week. It is called Wicked Dorothy. This is her as the Witch of the West. You can get a regular or a holofoil version of these things, and there are metals and holofoils and special editions of even the variant covers. So if you guys like the really limited stuff, those are available too. Joel Gomez first ever BDI cover. There are 17 left of this cover on the campaign. 17 copies available left. If you haven't got one, move quickly. It's going to sell out. I guarantee it. Awesome cover too. And Wes Hartman on the colors did a great job. Came in as a very, very last minute under the wire. Help me, I need colors. And he absolutely came through like a rock star. So yes, beautiful cover. This was launched today. In fact, this is the anniversary add-on by Justin Hunt, Sanju Nivengoon. They did two covers similarly that were similar for Penny for Your Soul and Critter last year during their 10-year anniversaries. So this is the continuation of the series of covers that he's doing for all of the 10-year anniversaries. So we'll have him back for Ursa Minor next year to do something with Naomi and the diamond. Now, normally these were diamonds in the background, but because this was Oz, we went ahead and colored it green emerald. So, it fits the motif a little bit better. But that one is just available today. Good Witch or Bad Witch, Mel Milton. Love Mel Milton stuff. So this is Good Witch or Bad Witch. You're going to pledge for this campaign, or for this campaign. You're going to pledge for this tier, and you're going to get one or the other. You'll find out if you are the Good Witch or the Bad Witch. If you do want both, just add an extra one on, and we will make sure that you get both of the covers. But if you just want to pledge for one and see which one you get, you're absolutely able to do that. Nia Ruffino, of course, returns. She is the only artist to have been on every single issue of The Legend of Oz, even all of the spin-offs. So we got her back. Really cool Western style General Ginger there.
I'm a huge fan. Huge fan.
Everything she does is gold. And then there's Paolo Pantalena, who has done 3 covers for us on all 3 Oz books. Also very close to selling out on this one. I think there's about 19 left on this cover. So Paolo and Chuck Obach always bring the heat. It's fantastic. Glinda cover. This is an interesting one because this is Brian Peterson. He is an amazing artist. He has become super wildly popular with Big Dog Inc. fans. It is also Allison's first comic book appearance. That is Allison on the cover. It is sort of the hint that Wonderland does in some way exist in addition to our Oz world. And there have been hints dropped through this for this throughout the book. So if people have been paying attention, the clues are there, but we're starting to get a little more obvious with it. So that's really, really fun. And it's a great looking cover. Brian and Elenia DiNapoli are just a ridiculously good team, and we try and keep them together whenever possible.
I'm a big fan of Brian. I knew him. We hung out a little bit before you hired him. He's awesome dude.
Oh yeah.
Let's check this one out.
And then Travis Starling. This is the other first time BDI artist. We've been watching Travis for a long time. We actually had an artist drop out of the campaign, couldn't do it. So I was like, okay, Travis, you're next man up. You want to do it? And he came through with flying colors. Again, Eleni DiNapoli colors on this. It's going to be a horizontal cover. So you're looking at it as it will print on the book, not a wraparound. It's actually going to be a horizontal cover. Just turn the cover sideways and the whole image will be in one, will be on the cover, nothing around the back. So it came out really fantastic.
Hey man, what'd you think of that rundown for all your covers? That was pretty good, right?
It's pretty good, man. It's a pretty packed list of people. I was really excited to be able to get Joel, DeBalfo, and Elias like all on the same campaign. Like normally you get like one of those guys to be on your campaign, just from scheduling or whatever. But everything just fell into place to like have this absolute powerhouse lineup, plus all of the BDI regulars. Nei and Brian, and then Travis did that really great cover as well. So I'm really excited about this whole campaign, and it's blowing up right now. So
all the covers
I'm excited.
were fantastic. Like Mike's cover was amazing. Joel's cover was amazing. That concept was very cool to look at. So
yeah, that was. I always got to shout that out to Stephanie Hepting, because she's the one that made that happen. She bought some Legend of Oz sketch covers from me, and she sent them to Joel. And Joel was doing sketch covers on this book, and he posted them on Facebook. And he was like, "Yeah, I drew this thing on this book I've never even heard of, and the book's really cool. And I was really excited to be able to do this cover." And so again, Joel and I have been Facebook friends forever. I've known him forever too. And so I just made a message. I was like, "Well, you ever want to do a real cover? We can make that happen." And he was like, "Dude, yes." And all of the dominoes fell properly to get him on this campaign, and absolutely knocked it out of the park. Super excited. We've already got him lined up to do something for Ursa Minor next year. So more Joel, please. More Joel, please.
Mr. Perry.
Yes. Tom, I got a question for you.
Sure.
What is your role? Are you a writer, or are you just an artist? I don't recall if I ever touched on that the
write
last
all
time.
books, or 99% of the books I write, and then
He's the big dog of Big Dog.
Yeah, I am the art director. I am the sales guy. I am many hats, but primarily focused on I am the writer and creator of all the books.
Okay, so how did you come up with the concept of this? I mean,
so this is a story I've told a million times. So for those that have heard it, go get yourself a beverage and then come back. For those that have not heard it, I drive to conventions all the time. I do not fly. I drive. I fill up the van with tons of crap, drive to wherever I'm going, and then come home. So in 2000, the end of 2010, I was coming back from a convention somewhere and driving back through Arizona, New Mexico, all that kind of stuff. And it was just tumbleweeds and cactus and desert everywhere we went. And I had been trying to get tickets to go see Wicked, the play Wicked. And the image of Elphaba, the classic image with her head down, like this, where she's smiling, that image kind of stuck with me because I had seen it so many times. So when I was driving, for whatever reason, I started thinking about Wicked. I got to get tickets for this show and so on. And the image came back into my head, and the image and the terminology really is what kind of kicked it off, because she's the Wicked Witch of the West. And then I was out west. So I was out in the Old West, the Wild West. And then all the terminology started to blend. The Wicked Witch of the Wild West. Like, what does all this mean? And I started to develop the world, I guess, in my head as I was driving. So it was like, okay, well, if Dorothy's going to be like a cowgirl out here, she can't wear ruby slippers. So what's the alternative? I was like, well, okay, ruby spurs would be kind of cool. I mean, that's an interesting look. She could probably still have a dog as Toto, or like a coyote. That's where it was going to go first. But then I was like, well, if she's a Western, she's going to have to ride a horse. Toto became the horse. And it just kept going and going and going until finally I had this concept pretty well worked out by the time I got back home. And come January of 2011, something happened in comics, in media, that basically was like, well, there was an Oz thing that was going to happen. And I was like, well, I'm not going to be behind that Oz thing. So I put it into full gear. By the time I got to February, I had an artist. By the time we were into March and April, we had scripts and we were working on the book, and we released the book that October. So really it was about 1 year from concept to execution. And the book was on the shelves in October 10 years ago. 10 years ago tonight, the book was on the market. So it was a wild ride, but it was an immediate success. It put us in the Diamond Top 300 back in the day when it used to be the Diamond Top 300. Now it's the top 500. But we were in the Diamond Top 300. It's always been one of our best-selling books, and it's an easy access. It's a gateway drug for our comics, because everybody knows what Oz means. Even if they don't know what our Oz is, they understand the concept of Oz as a general whole. so they can come in and be like, oh, that kind of looks like Dorothy. Like, tell me what your Oz thing is. And that's the icebreaker. And I can start saying, well, here's what it is.
All right. So for the younger readers, for the younger audience that's watching right now, for the newer audience that did not hear from the book, God forbid, and they want to see it right now, where is it available? Can they find it on Comixology? I'm sure back issues are available on eBay, probably, most likely, hopefully. What comic shops can they find these back issues at, or can they go to your website and get these back issues?
You can go straight to our website. The back issues are extremely hard to find. You're talking about a book that's 10 years old now. So the back issues in most cases are very hard to find. But we do have trade paperbacks, collected editions. Those are available. Just go to bigdoginc.com. You'll see Big Dog Ink right here, bigdoginc.com. Take you right to the store. All the trade paperbacks are available there. There are some back issues. So if you like to collect the issues, whether just regulars or variant covers and stuff, whatever we do have is there. But again, it's a 10-year-old book, so a lot of the early stuff is gone. And then the new stuff, of course, is on Kickstarter. That's why I mentioned
Comixology.
That's
why I said Comixology.
We don't really do digital stuff. Everything that we do digital wise is on Kickstarter, because we know we have a lot of guys or people, guys, girls, whatever, that are like international buyers, and it's so expensive to ship internationally. So we do have digital stuff on our Kickstarters for sure. But digital, as far as like an actual marketplace for us, just doesn't exist right now.
All right, groovy. How do you find your talent? Do you stay local? Do you stay within your inner circle, or do you branch out when you're at a convention?
I work with people literally around the world. When Oz started, it started in the United States with me writing it. It went down to Brazil for the artist to do the art. It went back to America to be colored by Kate Finnegan. Then it went to the United Kingdom to get lettered, and then it came back to the United States to get printed. So we are a worldwide usage. And it doesn't matter where you are, because I don't need the pages in my hand. Like in the old days, it used to be, I need the pages. We have to photograph them, all that kind of stuff. It was a completely different system back in the old days of comics. Now you can be in Guam, and as long as you've got a scanner and you can send me a scan of the page, everything can be digital. Even if the original page is a page, pencil and ink. When it goes into the computer for colors, it doesn't matter that it was ever real. It just matters what we get at the back end of that. So yeah, we're worldwide. We've worked with people literally around the world, and it makes it really interesting, because you get a lot of sometimes cultural things that, like, you put something in a script that's very American sort of wording, and then it comes back and you're like, dude, why did you draw that? And then you read the script and you're like, oh my God, I get it. Perfect example is with Critter. There was a scene in the first issue where she goes behind like a dressing curtain thing, right? And she's talking to somebody who's on the other side. And so the script says Critter pokes her head out and looks around the screen and says whatever she says. So when the page comes back, there's the panel with her. Basically, she's doing what she's supposed to do, like leaning her head out and talking, but she's poking her head, like literally like poking her head. And that was because of the translation, because it went to somebody and it wasn't translated in the way that he understood that was just kind of a turn of phrase. And so he literally drew poking her head. I was like, okay, we're close, but let's lose that poking in the head part, and the rest is fine. So sometimes those kinds of things happen, but they're rare, but they're also fun. They make for good stories. And yeah, so, but yeah, we are worldwide.
Yeah, do you keep
around the world?
Do you keep those flubs?
No. Well, we keep some of that stuff sort of conceptually, so that if we want to stick it into like a trade paperback and be like, hey, here's a little weird thing that happened, but they those things don't go into the book. They get fixed so that the book is clean. Yeah. But yes, we have those. Assuming. Yeah. We have those little things so that we can have fun with them, later on when the timing is right. Yeah.
That's what I was getting at. If you kept the flubs for personal use, not to put them. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Mark, it is all yours.
Well, Tom, I mean, you're one of the kings of Kickstarter, is what I like to say. And all the people out there can learn a lot from you, and I say that all the time, not just from what you teach via art directing, but also what you do via Kickstarter sales. So it's really cool to watch and see what you do with all this. And I got to tell you, some of those covers blew me away earlier from what I saw. And I got to ask you, what is a cover artist like that you want to work with that you haven't yet? Like maybe like a dream cover artist or something like that, even though you already work with dream cover artists as it is.
Oh no, there's absolutely a bucket list. There's absolutely a bucket list, and they're the two at the top are two that will probably never happen, and they're basically 1 and 1A because I really like both of them. I think both of them are awesome people, and I think both of them are awesome artists. And it's basically Todd McFarlane and it's Arthur Adams, and they are basically 1 and 1A. Those are the absolute top of my yes please list. So yeah. But I mean, very difficult to get even Art, who does do indie stuff from time to time. But Todd, I mean, he doesn't have a reason to do anything for anybody else at this point, especially now that he's working on his Spawn movie and all that kind of stuff. So one is
toys.
Yeah, exactly. One is possible theoretically. The other is almost impossible. But Todd has always been an inspiration to me artistically, from a business standpoint, from seeing things that aren't there. And going after them. I mean, he basically was like, yo, nobody makes things the way I want to make them, so I'm just going to make them myself. Hence Todd McFarlane Toys. And that thought process, that mindset alone should be everybody's mindset. Don't just look at what's being done and follow it. Figure out what's not being done, or figure out the way that you think it should be done, and aim for that. Don't just follow what everybody else is doing.
You got that right. Space is the place and sky is the limit, of course. I mean, you always got to take it up to the next level. Then
Right.
I say that to you, Mark. You got to. That's the only way to get ahead in the game.
Yeah, and I'm not going to sit here and tell you
Sure.
that I'm the best at it. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I've done everything properly. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that everything we do is perfect. And I'm Todd McFarlane. I'm far from it. But I like the mindset of it, and so I always kind of look at things in a different way, I think, from a lot of people. And it's just from an analyzation standpoint. I'm just looking at it like, okay, how did they do it? Is there a way I could see they could have done it better? Is there a way I could see what they did that worked that I could modify and use for me? It's always just an analytical thought process. It's not always just pie in the sky. It's just like, okay, I see it. How did it work? Why did it work? How do I translate that for myself and take it into my own direction?
Understood. Mark, follow
Yes,
up.
sir. All right, so Tom, what's your plan for 2022? What's your big books going to be for 2022? Can you talk about them yet?
Oh yeah, I've already talked about it because
Okay.
everybody knows that I'm already working on 2025, man. I mean, 2022, that's yesterday to me.
Right. Right.
2022 is the 10-year anniversary for Ursa Minor. So we're going to be focusing, just like we did with Oz this year, we're going to be focusing heavily on our werewolves and our werebears and our vampires. That'll be the prime focus for 2022, in addition to the things like Goth Day and all the fun stuff that we've started to do over the past couple of years. But the big one that if all the dominoes fall properly, we're going to be doing a Kickstarter for our first ever action figure. And that will be hopefully January. If not January, we'll push it into the summer and we'll just do a rearrangement. But next year at some point, we are going to do a Kickstarter for our first ever action figure, which is mind-blowingly cool. Especially since the company came to me and they were like, yo, I've seen your stuff. You want to like do some toys? And I was like, yeah, let's make toys. I'm totally down for that. So we've got a sculpt for Critter that's basically done. It has to go through the final approval process, details, and so on. Then it gets printed out as like a 3D prototype. So we make sure all the joints and everything are working and proper. Then it gets painted, so we have a finished prototype. And then at that point, it's let's go. Let's put it on Kickstarter and raise some money and get a figure made. So kind of freaking out about that too. It should be really fun.
Okay, so that makes me jealous. I want to do a figure so bad. You have no idea. I realize this is my first year, but I can't wait 9 more fucking years. You understand what I'm saying? I got to do a figure
I do
now. Go ahead, Lewis.
I do have a question. If the company came to you, why would you have to start a Kickstarter? What shouldn't they be backing it? I would question them. I would question them for sure.
No, it's simple because this isn't anything unrealistic at all, because they're not coming to me and saying we're buying your properties and here's $500,000 for a licensing fee. Basically they're saying, look, we'll make the prototype. They're doing this all for nothing. We'll make the prototype. We'll show you how this works. They also have connections for sales as well. So we will be doing a Kickstarter for the primary bulk of producing 1,000 figures essentially. Right. And then on their end, they also have more beyond Kickstarter. That's just for us. That's what we're doing. They have direct access to Diamond and selling to online toy stores. Oh, wow. So it'll be going everywhere. Wow. It won't just be the Kickstarter, but the Kickstarter is there to make sure that we have the bulk of the funding to say, yes, we can make 1,000 figures and put these things out into the marketplace, particularly at a price point that isn't going to break people, and that was one of the things I told them. I'm like, look, we can't have these figures be like, $100 a piece. So we have to be able to make enough of them to get the price point down. And then it makes sense. And they were like, okay, yes, this makes sense. We agree with you. This is how we can do it. And that's one of the great things with Critter is that we can actually do 2 figures on the same mold, because she's got a different costume that is really just paint variation. So we can actually make the original costume.
So it's going to be a variant. Okay.
It'll be a variant, but the mold is the same. We won't have to change the mold, which is the key. That's the part. Anytime you have to change the mold, now you've changed the structure of everything. Now you've changed the cost structure. So with Critter, a number of things. One is we can do 2 costumes. We can do the original light blue and the later dark blue. So you get 2 versions. 2, you get the I lost my train of thought. It's just for toy collectors in general. She should attract toy collectors in general. And then 3, she should have theoretically some sort of like an anime manga crossover because of the Catgirl bit. So we should be able to sell to people that just collect Catgirls, in addition to Big Dog Ink fans, toy fans, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So she's a really great starting point because she's a broad audience character. And then if we can pull it off and we get it done and people are like, yo, this is great, then we can go in and say, okay, now we're going to look at doing Joan of Arc with her big wings, and now we're going to look at doing whatever. Then we can expand.
So, because what my vote is. Yeah. You know what my vote is, sir. Sorry to cut you off, but I want that Joan of Arc figure like right now.
And that was the thing. As they were doing the Critter mold, they were still looking through all of my stuff, and they came back and gave me a message like, "Joe, you have a gold mine of characters here." I was like, "Yeah, I know. I've been telling people that for 10 years." So thanks for finally noticing, and let's get this done. Let's make it happen. So if we can make this Critter thing happen, the door's open for basically anything. It's super exciting. It's super crazy exciting, especially every time they send me a new, like, here's the mold. Oh my God, this is great. Okay, fix that. Okay, no problem. We'll fix it. Here it is again. Holy shit, this looks great. And now we're basically at the end. So now it's printed out, and let's see what this thing looks like live in somebody's hand, and take the next steps.
Dude, do you know how much you inspire me like every day, Tom? Like shit like this right here, man. Like it's the coolest thing ever, dude. Like I just want to do like 1/10 of this someday.
Well, listen, you've done 1/10 of it because you've been doing this for a year or whatever you've been doing it, and I've been doing it for 11. So you've done it for 1/10 of what I've been doing it. So now you know how to just keep on going. keep on going, and eventually things happen. I mean, you're doing stuff that I haven't done. You've got that 8-bit thing you've got going on. You had people doing theme songs for you and stuff. I don't have any of that crap. So, you know, everybody gets what they get on whatever path that they're following, you know. For me right now, it 11 years led to the opportunity to do toys. So that's what we're going to attempt to do next year.
I want to do miniatures next year. That's kind of my goal. Is I'd like to get miniatures out, but I mean, it costs money to get those files done for you know, the designs. I mean, that's some serious work that goes into those. So
yep,
that's going to be one of my goals. And then we got Hellbringers in 2022, and then Jingar and Shred 2 in 2022. And I'm going to tell you, man, it'd be nice just to take a break in between there somewhere. But every time I try to do it, Tom, like it never happens.
Breaks. Yeah, you get a break. You get a break between Kickstarters. That's it. That's your break. And during your break, you just make more. That's it.
I mean, that's what happens. That's what happens. You end up making more during your break than you would if you were like, oh, I'm just going to sit down and write today. No. Only the thoughts come in when it's vacation time. That's the only time they're coming in.
Vacation time. Yep. Yeah. No, it's well, and here's the thing. That's a real thing too. And that's why vacation time is important. Whatever you want to call vacation time away from the work, whatever. Even if you're just like going out and walking outside for like an hour, it breaks up your mental capacity in what you're doing. And it allows your head, you know, if you're just sitting in an office all day, eventually those walls are just going to close in on you. But if you're getting up every day and you're taking a walk, you're getting outside, you're getting sun, you're getting fresh air, it helps break up your mental blocks sometimes and lets things flow a lot easier. So the vacation, the time away from things, just watching a movie to break up your mental state so that it's not just hyper focused, because hyper focused, you can shut that down in a hurry. That can break just like that. And then you're doing nothing. So you're always better off to do work and then step away from it and then come back to it and step away from it and come back to it and so on. That will always help your flow overall. People are like, yo, I do like, 20 hours a day. And then I go to sleep and I wake up and drink a Red Bull. I'm like, you're insane. None of that is right. Don't do any of that anymore. Fix that.
No, you're that's awesome that you just said all that. I hope Adina's watching this or she watches it later, because that will explain a lot to her of what I go through on a daily basis right there when it comes to this stuff. So that is awesome. Lewis, my friend, it is on you.
Yes.
Your sweet ass glasses. Let's take a look at them.
Why, it's at that time already?
Oh my God.
Well, first of all,
7:55, ladies and gentlemen. You know what that means?
No, it is 9:55. 9:55. First, Tom, everything that you were saying, brother, I was just looking out for you. You said these people came to you, so I wasn't trying to step on your toes or anything. I was just looking out for you.
No, you're good. I totally understood what you were saying. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, Mark, what do you want me to do here? You want me to cut the promo now, or you want me to wait? Because we are at that time.
Hold on. All right. So November 8th. Was it 7th, 8th, and 9th? Is that right? Or is it 6th, 7th, and 8th for Rhode Island Comic-Con?
When is Rhode Island?
Yes, sir.
5th. My God, I can't remember now.
Let's bring that up real quick.
Oh, my. 5th, 6th, and 7th.
6th and 7th, ladies and gentlemen. Ooh. Okay.
Yes.
So why don't you cut us a sweet promo for Rhode Island Comic-Con, promote the shit out of it, tell people where they can
Rhode Island. I can't really. We haven't announced anything for the Angry Geeks yet at Rhode Island Comic-Con, so I can't. But I will tell you this: keep watching the Angry Geeks show live. We already had the original cast of the Banana Splits on this past week. This coming week, we will be going to a galaxy far, far away with a very special guest. I can't really say from what heart of that galaxy far, far away, but this particular person will be on with Jamie and I this week. In the following week, from my other world, from the Square Circle, we will have another guest from Rhode Island Comic-Con live with the Angry Geeks on that particular Monday leading up. So the road to Rhode Island Comic Con, the Angry Geeks are well traveled. And yes, I'll give you a little hint. We will be live and in color at Rhode Island Comic Con. But I will do a special promo right now for you. Loosey goosey, shivers up and down my spine, but still hanging tough. I am the new kid on the block. Shake my hand one more time and watch your step. I am Louis Perry from the Angry Geeks. This is the Mayhem Show with Mark Mayhem, and that's Tom. Buy his book. Go to the Kickstarter and get that action figure made. How about that? There you go. That's all I got.
Oh, there you go.
No cowboy hat tonight. No cowboy hat tonight.
Folks, go buy Tom's
Dude,
book
it's
on
late
Kickstarter.
here.
Go buy
I
his
said
book
all
right now,
that.
guys.
Oh yeah, and
Hey.
Mark's
Say it
Kickstarter
again.
too. I forgot all about
Say it
that.
again.
Go buy my book on Kickstarter too, guys. This
Yes.
is the only time I get to
It's
talk
Kickstarter.
about it.
I forgot about
For the
it.
love of God, check it out. We got a challenge going on there. It's got some dumb rules. Just go check it out.
Oh yeah, I forgot one thing, Mark. I forgot one thing.
What?
Hold it. Hi, Adina. Hi, Adina.
Oh,
There you go.
you son of a bitch. You get out of here right now. I'll see you later. Tom, thanks for coming on the show tonight, man. Tell all these people where they can find you and tell them about the Kickstarter.
Yeah, Kickstarter's got 10 more days left, guys. Kickstarter, just look up Legend of Oz. It'll pop right up. 10 days left. 10 days left. Lots of goodies there. Facebook, of course, is basically where I live. Come friend me up on Facebook. There's the Big Dog Inc. fan page. Join the fan page. There's like 30,000 people chilling out there as well. Big Dog Inc. Is on Twitter and Instagram at BDI Comics. So if you do those campaigns, if you do those social media platforms, you can find us there as well. And we have a Patreon if you want to get all access to everything that we do, Big Dog Inc. Behind the scenes. It is patreon.com/Big Dog Inc. We have 36 patrons already. We're trying to get to that founding 50. Once we get to that founding 50, everybody will start getting discounts on our live shows and so on and so on. So if you want to go join that, you can do that as well.
Ladies and gentlemen, there you go. That is from the man himself, Mr. Tom Hutchison, the big dog of Big Dog Inc. Ladies and gentlemen, when's your next show, Tom?
I will be doing a Sunday sketching show with Mike DeBalfo, Ryan Kincaid, Marissa Pope, April Reyna, and our special guest on this Sunday will be Vince Hernandez, as he is pimping, literally, his Syria underworld pimp hustler. So we'll be doing a little bit of our drink and draw style thing on Sunday night. We do that live on Facebook. It's also on YouTube. So if you're watching on YouTube, which you are tonight, go to Big Dog Inc. There is a Big Dog Inc. YouTube channel. It is all kinds of shows, from the drink and draws to our movie shows to everything that we do. So go check it out and check out all the old content, because it's all sitting there for you.
Also, when's your next convention?
Akron Comic Con. First weekend of November. It is our next con. It is our last con of the year. Akron's been really good to us, so I'll be out there for a couple of days there, and then it looks like we'll be out in Albuquerque in January again.
Oh, nice. I will see you there. That's going to be awesome. Maybe we can grab a beer or something like that after the show.
Yep, Albuquerque's a great show. Everybody
All right.
out west, go see it.
Oh, I am definitely going to grab some food out there. That's my number one priority, is to try some Albuquerque Mexican food. That is my deal. So going to try that. All right, man. You have a great night. I know you got a busy schedule for the rest of the night. You're going to go on there and do some more live shows, man.
Yeah, back to Facebook for some live shows again tonight. I don't know how long this one's going to go, but I have a movie that I got to watch tonight anyway, so I'm going to give them probably an hour of my time, and then I got to go watch Halloween 2018 because the new one opens up tomorrow.
Oh, wow. It does? So this is the Joseph Michael Linsner original, ladies
Nice.
and gentlemen. Just wanted to show it off real quick. I'm lucky enough to own this amazing piece of artwork. I got to tell you, that's one of the perks of being the boss, right, Tom? Is being able to buy the cover afterwards if you can.
Absolutely. I've got a few in my collection.
I know. We talked about them last time. I'm still jealous. So you have a great night, my friend. All these people watching out here, Please go check out both our Kickstarters and have a great night. And Tom, you have a great night as well, brother.
Thanks, guys. We'll see ya.
We'll see you, folks.